Gotcha.
What's up? What's up?
Gotcha. Was that a good one? Was that a good one?
I didn't like it, but it was good.
Dude, that Offspring song has always messed me up, Calvin.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco,
so like every time, like if I'm not concentrating, like if I just like go to casually like list off
the like fucking numbers in Spanish.
Yeah, numbers in Spanish. I always say it twice. I always repeat the one number.
So funny.
It's like it's very
uno, dos, tres,
cuatro, cinco, seis. And then people just look at me. People just look at me and I'm like, oh, sorry, I listened to the Offspring like way too much. Way too much.
What's up, everybody?
Calvin, we forgot to change the background on the video.
It's okay. It's fine.
Who is it this week? Who am I snuffing this month?
I haven't even changed my calendar, so I don't.
Okay, so everybody, if you haven't figured it out, if you watch the videos, we had this cool thing we've been doing. The background of our videos has always corresponded with the current legend on the Apex calendar, which is for sale on the merch store.
Right. And I got it for free. So I bought a t-shirt. I bought an Apex t-shirt and it came with the t-shirt.
I wanted to buy a t-shirt, but it's like they always seem to do themed t-shirts around like the last time I checked the merch store was around like the collection event, like the lost treasure, and it was all like really like weird kitty pirate shit.
Anyway, what's up, everybody? This is episode 26 of PexPals, the only Apex Legends podcast for the mediocre gamer. My name is CowVan.
And my name is Joel freaking Cupcake.
Okay. So anyway, we got a nice short, quick episode for you guys today. Not a lot to talk about, but stuff we want to talk about. A lot of discussions have been going around on Twitter and on Reddit and on the various Apex Legends forums. But first and foremost, same thing we do every time. JoelCupcake, what is your weapon of the week?
I have two.
Okay.
Because one's not really a weapon.
Okay.
The first thing is just Caustic, baby.
Fartman's back.
You know, Fartman is back. People are using him in like ALGS, and I'm seeing more people in ranked realize his viability. I literally saw like this. I don't know if you saw the joke chart going around Twitter, Calvin. It was Apex Legends in ranked this season, and you know how usually like S is the top tier, and then it's A, B, C, D, E. Yeah. They put a tier above S, and it was the second coming of Jesus fucking Christ, and it was just a picture of Caustic. So I got a great chuckle out of that, my friend. Yeah, no, just like the oppressiveness, like we're back in Kings Canyon for ranked. We'll talk more about that later. But dude, the amount of people that like forgot that I can lock you in your own building as Caustic is truly hilarious.
Yeah.
Like so Caustic, just as a legend, just his abilities are my first weapon of the week. My actual physical, weapon that your legend holds in his or her or their hand is it's been a pretty fair tie, but I think I'm gonna have to go with the wingman again.
The dinghy.
Yeah, like it's that definitely though. I have refound my shot with the Eva and the Havoc. The Havoc has rebumped itself up my list.
Okay.
Of the best hip fire gun. But as far as like kills and plays this week, it would be either the wingman or the gold RE45 because that thing is a beauty. So
gold RE45 is pretty solid.
But I think I'm gonna do my official statement as the wingman.
The wingy dingy.
Especially, for those of you listening, I know a lot of people feel weird about that gun, feel a certain way. Put the digi-thread on it. It's been in the crafter a lot. It helps me a lot with my wingman shots. It also helps because I'm Caustic. But
I hear a lot of things. I'm sorry. Are you finished with your weapon of the week?
Oh, I'm done. What is your point, my beautiful friend?
You'll be surprised to hear me say this.
Oh no,
the wingy dingy. The wingy dingy. It's my weapon of the week.
Everybody, write it down. It only took 26 episodes for Calvin and I to have a 420% mutual agreement on something.
420.69%. No, it's the wingy dingy, and the reason for it is I played a lot of arenas this week, just to mix it up, just to put some variety in my life.
Fair.
And I just been banging the wingy, dude. You land two, like in the first rounds, right? It's blue armor, and so blue armor is 75 hit points and plus 100 on your body. So if you land two shots, like you break the armor. The armor's broken, and they're already fleshed, and then they got to heal. You know what I mean? You know, or it's smart to heal in arenas at that point. And so like just the dinghy dude, just just cracking people, hitting people with 75 damage headshots because you know the armor. But like, yeah, dude, like it's been killer. And it's funny you say about the sights because I prefer the wingman with the one sight with the 1x hollow. I know people who like the iron sights. They like the standard as it comes sights. I know like Hammer loves the bruiser on it. Like I
can't use the bruiser on it.
I can't use the bruiser on it.
It's that gun in the Hemlock I cannot use the bruiser on. But like you give me the bruiser on like the Flatty or the R3 or the Rampage, I'm in love.
Yeah,
but then again, I'm also a psychopath, and I put the bruiser on freaking the EVA 8 half the time.
I mean, but the bruiser on the Mastiff and the EVA is actually pretty funny. But yeah, no, like some people prefer their sights just different. Like the fast reload, I really have not seen an increase in my reactive or like playability because of it. It's cool that it's there, but yeah.
I do like with the boosted loader, you know, if you get the purple mag, if you reload in the right time frame, you get the 11 bullets instead of 9.
Yeah,
so for someone that's mediocre like me, that's perfect because it gives me 2 more bullets or 1 more bullet because you still have to reload before the gun's empty for the boosted to go off again.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, I mean the wingy dingy, man. It's been cracked. Like, here's a tip for you mediocre gamers: if you want to get good with the wingman, play arenas and use the wingman and don't switch weapons. Like, take the L. Who cares?
Yes.
Use the wingman because it gives you close range moving targets that you have to shoot at, and if you don't land those shots, you know you're gonna die. And the wingman it's such a solid gun. Like you can beat almost every gun if you land 2 solid wingman shots. Like just in a row, crack 2 to the head. You know, like you can do a lot of damage. So yeah, the wingman, dude. Yeah.
I'm gonna follow up with a free arena tip that goes off yours.
Oh, what's that?
If you're facing people that use the wingman and you're not good with the wingman, buy the Volt.
The Volt?
I think the Volt is the best overall ground loot weapon in the game.
Okay, that's very.
But especially in arenas, because you never really have to fight long range in arenas unless you're on the party yacht, the party crusher.
Yeah.
You know, so the Volt. You know, every time I fight a team with all wingmans, I pull the Volt out, and it helps me. You know, it's you land 1 or 2 headshots, and you're almost doing the same. You know, you're able to get them to back off a little bit with the wingman. You know,
I feel like that's every gun though. Like that's every gun. Like
there's just you're right. There's just you know
you excel with the wingman.
Yeah,
or
for someone who struggles against like the all wingman, all L-star teams.
Yeah,
my go-to, like I still prefer the Prowler is still my preferred arena weapon. But if you're dealing with just like you're fighting just a bunch of dickweeds. Yeah, you know what I mean. I pull out the Volt. That's my helpful counter. But
my counter to the annoying teams is the Devotion. Like
I respect that.
It's the Devotion because if you the Devotion or the Havoc, because if you get the goo, you know the supplies or whatever resources in the map, you can get a maxed out Havoc, and I think you get a maxed out Devotion too on the 2nd round, and and that's pretty fucking gross.
Yeah.
And so like literally, if I play a team and they're like L-star spamming me, Devotion.
Yeah.
Devotion every single time.
Havoc has always been my when you're in like the last round and you can afford 2 purple guns, the Havoc is always my secondary with the turbo. It always is. So
my constant secondary is the 45, the RE45.
Yeah, I respect that.
I finish more fights with the RE45 than any other gun.
There's just something about the ADS on that gun is so perfect.
It's perfect. The gun's perfect. It's a perfect gun.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's the perfect gun.
But you know what, Calvin? I had something I wanted to bring up that I actually, it literally popped in my mind this morning before this episode.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So, for those of you that don't listen to every episode of the show, welcome on back. For who knows when the last time you listened to us was. Thanks for being here. You may have heard Calvin and I had a mutual mutual discussion about how Calvin has this thought process that the game just shouldn't have cross-platform play. I'm starting to lean more and more into agreeing with you on this, Calvin. I witnessed something today that I thought is just ludicrous. Okay.
What is that?
I was watching Knuckle Puffs play for some reason. I don't normally watch him. I don't really like
care for him.
Yeah, like his skill is great, but I just don't find him entertaining.
For sure.
Don't know why, but everyone's got their own preference, you know?
For sure.
He was in the middle of a fight. This motherfucker wall jumps and in midair looks down and in quick enough time puts on a new shield before he even lands on the ground.
Yes.
Okay. You simply, unless you have a large stroke of luck, that series of movements is impossible on a console. Yeah. I don't even think we have the ability to wiggle while looting on a console. I don't even know if there's the ability to toggle it. I'd have to check.
I think there is. I think I saw this. You have to like put some sort of like weird settings.
Yes.
In order to do it.
And so like really like, and I think it was it Snipe Down or How somebody went over this. So you do have the other thing with that, you know, the one advantage that PC or that console players have is you do have the ability, you can actually, because I guess the looting, you have more of a circle radius.
Yes.
On the box. So you can actually sprint by a box and loot while you're sprinting.
Yes.
On console, easier than you can on PC.
Yes,
but that is such a specific situation.
Yeah, you know? And not even that. Like, I know that a lot of console players have it so that when you loot a box, you have to actually hold the button down a little bit. Like, it's not just a tap, like press B to open it or press X to open it. Is that a thing?
I think you're correct. I think I have it on tap to open.
Yeah.
But I think the default setting is like you hold
X hold it a little circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like PC players just, the game is more accessible to PC players than it is to console players. The fact that like I can pick specific buttons to do different things, you know, whereas on consoles buttons share activities. You know what I mean?
And I even use an Elite controller, and I still have less accessibility, you know?
Right, exactly. And so, like, the fact that I can run out of box, jump while I'm sliding on the ground, pick up a brand new shield, and exit the box and get right back into the fight is insane. Yeah. It's actually insane.
It is actually insane. You're right. 100%.
Yeah, and that just further goes into my theory that I don't think Cross Plat is what everybody makes it out to be. I think cross-platform is actually more hurtful to games like BRs than it is helpful or welcoming.
I mean, I think from a business perspective, you know, it's welcomed.
Well, for sure.
And I think from a like me getting to play with you perspective, it's welcomed. But I think it is actually detrimental to the gamer. Like I do.
100% is. 100% is like I said last time we talked about this. I play a game called For Honor, and For Honor is not cross-platform for a large reason, in part that the consoles that it's currently on. I don't know if it's on the PS5. I think it is. I think it's on the PS5, and I think it's on the Xbox Series X, whatever. But the One X or whatever in the PlayStation 4 is only 30 frames per second. And in PC, you can do 144. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, which is for that game, because I played that game for a little tiny bit.
Yeah,
I could not. I could. That difference is and especially in a game where like you have to react and parry.
You have to react. You have to react on indicators, and it's just insane. It's absolutely insane. So I mean that's not Apex, but still. Yeah. I can see things so much better than you could see things when we play Apex.
Well, just as a console player, I mean, I went from a 1X to a Series X. Just that alone, like I'm still sitting at 60 frames.
Right.
So, because we don't have our TV's not new enough or whatever.
Right. Whatever.
You know, so like I know that when I upgrade, like it was like, okay, I got the Series X. I noticed my game frame improved a little bit just because the game process is better. You know, then I got the Elite 2 controller. I can do more things. I can ping without touching the right bumper. You know, my crouching, everything is easier. You know, I was like, tight. This is awesome. Love it. You know, and it's like I know that once I get a better TV or a monitor, whichever route I decide to go, you know, it's just going to continue on. And that's what I'm excited about is like that. But but still, I'll still be at a disadvantage even once I get 100, you know, a 120 FPS TV,
right,
or a monitor. And so it's like, you know, I do love the ability to play, but then also, you know, I do a cross plat lobby, and I feel like I'm severely underperforming.
Oh yeah.
And then I go play a console lobby, and I mean, like, you see my scoreboard difference when I play. Sure. You know, I'm a like 2 to 4 kills, bunch of assists. You know, I'm literally Caustic.
Yeah.
When I play cross plat, I'm the dude that guards the doors. I'm the dude that watches the flank. I'm the dude that stays inside. But on console, my skill level is enough where I can be the leading scorer on the team.
Yeah.
Because I can be aggressive, and it plays different because reaction times are, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it's because everybody you're playing with on console sees the exact same things that you're seeing.
Exactly.
And it's like I said, it's not fair. It's just not fair.
It's just,
yeah, and I mean that's just my thing. And one thing I've noticed too is like people who play console, they don't go out and like get 1 terabyte or like with the 1,000 gig fucking internet. You know what I mean? Like the fiber internet. Oh, yeah. They get like 100 whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? And that's cool and all, right? But like I have fiber. You know what I mean? Because I play on PC and I want fast internet. Like, because I play exclusively on my PC. And I know that a lot of people who play on PC seek out fiber. Whereas people who play console, they don't just like, oh, it doesn't matter. You know, like I don't even think it's the thought that console players even like have, you know, because they're playing on the console. And I'm sure there's people, of course there's people who have it, but like no one's like going like, because you're still limited by the console. You're still limited by the hardware. So it's not like you're even taking advantage of the huge fucking internet boost or whatever the hell. But anyway.
Yeah. I mean, well, I mean, on to that point, I got the gig internet. You remember when I upgraded? Yeah. And it has definitely helped. It has definitely improved. Like, I wouldn't say it's helped my gameplay, but like my awareness and seeing things in the same time. And like, it's rare now that I'm like, where did that sniper bullet come from? Right. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, I feel like it's more of like a PC gamer thing to go out and get the terabyte or the fast internet speeds, because it actively affects the games that the PC players play. But yeah, it's something that I don't think will ever get addressed, because I feel like the companies think that cross-platform, and a lot of people advocate for it, cross-platform, but I don't think it's something that's necessary for, like, for example, PvP. Everyone's like, we gotta have a PvP mode. I don't think every game needs a PvP mode.
No, they don't. You know? It doesn't. If it's a good story, it doesn't.
Exactly. I don't think every game needs a PvP mode. I don't think every game needs cross plat to be a successful game on that platform.
The only mode I think every game should have is some sort of either co-op or horde mode. Because those are fun, because it's not like you're like, here's me fucking, you know, 360 no scoping another person and pissing that person off. It's how good are you at conquering this specific game's mechanics, right? Not how good are you at shooters. You know, it's how, like, that's why I loved Gears of War, because there was many ways to be good at horde mode. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you could run around the game and you could use the fucking chainsaw the whole campaign and be fine. And you go into hard mode, you try to chainsaw something and you get pooped on.
Right.
You know what I mean? No,
you're right.
But you know, Calvin, I saw
but before we go on, there's one thing that I want to say. And there's people who don't know about this, or who never like really appreciated it. So The Last of Us, right? One of the best games ever made, The Last of Us 1, okay, had a multiplayer mode. I don't think a lot of people realize that. It had a multiplayer mode called Factions. The Last of Us multiplayer mode Factions is one of the best, hands down, PvP modes ever created. I am not kidding. I am not kidding. And that's why a lot of us Last of Us stans were so upset when they announced that Last of Us 2 wasn't going to launch with Factions. But The Last of Us 1, it was probably one of the best PvP modes ever, dude. It was so good. Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
You know, Calvin, I'm glad to see that the Apex team and the Twitch team are doing a little bit more business together. Yeah. In the form of the Prime bundles coming out on starting October 8th. So, you know, right now, if you have Amazon Prime, you click that little annoying like symbol up at the top right corner of your screen, and you get like free skins and stuff in certain games or free collectible items in MMOs, whatever. Right now in Apex, you get character skins. They're actually increasing those and making it a bundle. So you get at least a character skin and a weapon skin. And seeing Respawn has some innate obsession with weapon charms, I would imagine it'll be a weapon charm as well. But I think that's cool. I think that's a little bit more of an incentive and some cool, like the first package is Wattson. It's Wattson and a Volt skin, and both skins look cool. I'm stoked on it. I don't know about you, Mr. CowVan, but I'm stoked on it.
No, I'm stoked because like one of the things that I like about games is, or these new games is the ability to be unique. You know, whereas like back in the day, Call of Duty, it was like you're Ghost or you're Captain Price or whatever the fuck, and everybody looked the same. You know what I mean? And but now I really like all the different skins because you can be, you know, you can be your favorite character, but like look completely different than someone on another team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what I do in Apex is I go in and I pick my favorite skins and I select them as random skins, or select them as favorites, and then I pick the option random favorite, and then it cycles through my favorite skins every time I play. Like every time I play Octane, it's a different Octane skin, and I get to see all the different cool Octane skins. I really appreciate that. So the ability to have more uniqueness to the game, I think is really cool, and just the different like I don't know, to have everybody wants to play their game.
Yeah. No, I'm with it.
So very recently, just this week, we had a rank reset. Was the first split is done. So you ever got to whatever rank you got, and then you got to grind back into back or achieve more than your previous rank. And we moved into Kings Canyon, which has been a point of controversy among the high-ranking professional Apex Legends players. They're not happy, which is odd. That they're not even,
it's not even them, it's everyone on Twitter. Like I'm seeing people, you know, there's like the age-old argument of like Whataburger or In-N-Out.
Yeah.
And I'm literally seeing threads on Twitter of like people's like teams and friendships are ruined because certain people don't want to play ranked because it's Kings Canyon, and everyone else is like, bro, chill out.
Yeah. It's a video game. It's not supposed to be easy for you all the time.
And it's not supposed to be catered to you all the time either.
It's not supposed to be catered to you all the time.
This isn't fucking, you know, Amazon Prime Legends, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, exactly, right? You're not gonna get whatever you want whenever you want it. Like the fact that people are complaining about a map, like, come on, dude. Like, if you're so good at the game, you could excel at every map, at any situation, at any point, with any gun. But no, they don't get their favorite maps, so they cry. They put the R99 in the loot box, they cry. You know what I mean? Like it's always something. It's always something. They gotta play in their best situations and with their best episodes. Otherwise, they're not happy.
Well, and it's like at first when I was like, oh great, back to Kings Canyon, I felt the same way. And then I got there and we dropped in and we did like a couple hours worth of just dude, and I'm like, this is tight.
Right.
Like it is the OG map.
Yeah. And
we all have a lot of hours on it, but you know, having the bunker run through the middle of the map, having you have more buildings, it's definitely the sniper friendly map. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm happy about it. You know,
I think it's perfectly fine. Honestly, I don't care. I don't care what map it's on.
I knew that was coming out of your mouth right now.
Well, it's true. I don't care what map it's on. I don't care what gun. I don't care what legend. Like, I just don't care. I don't care. Like, it's supposed to be a game where you're met with a challenge and you're supposed to meet the challenge and try to overcome it. Right. Yes. That's the whole point of BRs. The whole point of battle royales is it's random, you know, uniqueness in every single game. That's the whole point. That's why BRs are so popular, because back in the old days when you played Call of Duty Deathmatch, all it was you start on one side of the map, you run to the other side, you shoot the people, you die, you come back. Right. Yes. That's how it used to be. But when they introduced BRs, the whole point was, wow, the guns, the locations I land is going to be different. And every time I land, it's not going to have the same loot. It's going to have different loot. right? And I'm not going to meet the same amount of people every single time. You know, like the map ends on different parts of the map. That the whole point of BRs is for it to be different every time. And now you're mad that the map's different and it's not the same map or whatever. Come on, man, get over it. And this goes into the same thing we've been saying on this episode, which is don't listen to the hive mind. Don't listen to the hive mind. Don't go on Reddit. Don't go on Twitter and just and perpetuate the same talking points that everybody's talking about. Just play the game. Just play the game. Joel, are you typing something?
Yes. Can you hear it?
Your whole camera's shaking.
Oh. I have big hands. Sorry, big hands on the keyboard. You know what I mean?
I get you. Yeah. So yeah, no, don't get into the hive mind. Don't do any of that stuff. Just play the game how you want to play, and yeah, exactly what Calvin said. Like, and again, I don't even know why at first I was like, oh great, Kings Canyon, I'm having a blast. Yeah. We were literally just playing before the episode together. Yeah, like I'm having a blast. Like especially as a Caustic main. Let me tell you, if you play Caustic or Gibby and you're not happy about this map run, like you're doing something wrong. That's all I have to say. Oh, I have an announcement.
Oh,
I have an announcement. So what I'm going to do is I'm only 150,000 points away from 1 million damage with Octane. So I'm going to do that. Right? I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that damage to get 1 million damage with Octane, but then I'm going to retire Octane. Why, you ask? Because I'm broken. Well, because he's just not fun anymore for me.
He's broken.
Because he's annoying. But I'm all about style. The reason why I've always liked Octane was because of style, right? Like that was my whole jam.
Okay. Yeah.
But now there's a more stylish character, and the plays you get with this character are just when you get them, they're the best feeling in the world.
If you say Horizon, I'm leaving the show.
Oh hell no, no. Mirage. I'm after I get my damage threshold with Octane, I am no longer an Octane main. I am a Mirage main, and I've been having so much fun playing Mirage lately. And I've said this, I think I've said this on the show, but there's a subreddit called r/Mirage mains, and it's the best, dude. It's the best. Just go on there. When you watch some of the clips, you're like, I want to play Mirage, and like that's what I've been doing.
I have so much. When he's like my challenge, he's like the only one where I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, yeah. No, so that's my thing.
Yeah, I don't understand why his like. I mean, I guess if you're a good player, it's easy to ignore or counter, him. I guess, but like the cloaked res, the cloaked respawn. How quick. Like I don't think people realize how quickly he gets his ultimate.
Fast. One of the fastest.
Like, especially in a confusing situation. I mean, earlier today, you and I were playing together. We were out dead ass in the open, and we were able to escape because you ulted.
Yes.
Because they were just too they just shot a bunch of Mirages instead of the fat Caustic running along the map.
Yeah.
You know what
100%.
I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So,
like, Mirage is dope, man. I was streaming the other day and yesterday, and someone was like, I think a really cool update to Mirage would be that when he goes invisible, because you know how when he throws his ult, he goes invisible for like 2 seconds for like, I don't know if you noticed.
Yes.
So for those of you who don't know, when you pop Mirage's ult, you're actually invisible for like 2 or 3 seconds, and while your clones disperse, right? And someone said he should do that even on his tactical. And I'm like, that's such a good idea, because why wouldn't he? Like, what's the harm? What's the harm in going invisible for the same duration that you do your ultimate with Mirage while you throw out one clone, right? Because the whole point of the clone is to be a decoy.
Yeah,
right?
No, you're right. I love that.
And it's not even a decoy if you see the Mirage doing it, right? So if you throw you're right, boom, boom, invisible, and then you go left and then one zigs, one zags, you know what I mean? Like that would be such an easy update. And I think that would do so much wonder, like so many wonders for Mirage plays and just Mirage gameplay in general. Yeah. I don't know. That's just a thought that I have.
I like that.
One
thing that I will say on the opposite side that I think I'm not going to say they need to change or nerf him. You know how we recently had that adjustment to Bloodhound because of like the scan and how long it counted as an assist and all that stuff was too much. Yeah. So I believe technically as Mirage, you get an assist if you bamboozle, I believe. But I think I understand the decoys have health now and why.
Yeah.
But like when a Mirage decoy sets off my Caustic mine, or a Mirage decoy sets off the Wattson fence, and it counts as you getting a bamboozle, that's kind of dumb.
Interesting. I didn't even notice that.
I spend too much time playing defensive characters.
I'll have to. I mean, I for one, I didn't know that Mirage decoys set off caustic gas. I didn't know that.
Yes, they do.
I know that Mirage decoys can get destroyed or damaged or killed in Wattson fences, right? Because everything does. But I didn't know that it counts as an assist.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'd have to like finite check that, but I played Mirage and shot the fucking decoy at a Wattson fence, and the Wattson was right next to the fence, and then my little bamboozle voice line was able to be activated.
Oh, well, yeah. So I don't know if that counts as an assist though, which is completely different because I think the default action when you throw out Mirage's decoys is, and it gets destroyed, it goes, haha, you got bamboozled. You know what I mean? Even if like you threw a grenade and you went through the grenade and it dies by your own grenade, I think that's the thing. I think it's just a general thing. But
yeah, because I have no idea. I'd have to check. But I mean, either way, even that, like the Mirage is the decoy's not real,
right?
Technically, like I know I'm nitpicking here, so like, you know, the caustic stuff.
Right, I agree. I don't think that should be.
You and I should test that out.
We'll have to check it out.
We should test that and make sure that it does. But I'm pretty sure it does set off the mines, my man.
So that Mirage change I think would be really cool. Another really cool thing, and I've said this before, and I hope because predictions we've made in the past seem to have happened in the game. So I have to believe that there is a Respawn dev listening to the show. So hey. Secret Respawn dev, if you're listening to the show, there was one buff that I think is needed right now, and it's for my main girl, Wattson. Okay, and I've said this before on the show. Wattson's shield gen should buff Sentinel shots. That should be a thing because the shield gen replenishes shields. The Sentinel gets charged up by shield cells, so it makes perfect sense that if you pull out a Sentinel and you're being defensive inside this very obvious shield generator that's loud as hell, that people can see, that's easily countered.
It should take a couple of seconds and charge up the Sentinel for you.
It should charge a Sentinel. Like,
I like that.
How dope would that be? Like, just imagine, like you're like, oh shit, I'm stuck behind a rock. I'm gonna get pushed or get killed. I wish I had an extra damage boost to keep them away from me and my team while we're rezzing. Pop a Wattson shield gen, pull the Senti, and do 88 damage.
Especially if they're not going to make her ultimate mobile, which I think that's just a pipe dream that a lot of us are having at this point in time.
I don't think that's going to happen.
So I like this. I like this proposal.
No, I think oh my God, like imagine, dude, like this, the weapon buffs, right? The Sentinel charge and the Rampage buff, they're used. Right, they're definitely used. People definitely use them, but they're not used all the time because it costs too much to use them.
Yeah,
right. Like not only does it cost too much in the sense of resources, but it also takes away your backpack space, right? Because like for example, I like to carry at least 4 shield cells. Like if I have a lot of bats, I'll carry a lot of bats and I'll drop some shield cells. But I like to carry 8 shield cells, right? But then if I start using them for my Sentinel, then I've effectively, I'll use 2 because it's 2 now. Use 2, and then and then now I'm down to 6, and then I'm down to 4, and then I get into a fight. I'm like, look, I used all my shield cells. You know what I mean? Like, so then I'm like, I'm not gonna buff my Sentinel. Yeah.
Well, on that note, like one thing I was talking about, maybe discussing with you today is like how ultimate changes work and certain things work. Yeah. So what I don't understand is, they keep adding new elements and new gameplay and not adjusting the stuff already in the game.
Correct.
Okay. So riddle me this, Calvin. Let me know your thoughts on this.
Yeah.
Why can Rampart pull out her mobile Sheila, put it away, run around, and still have it? Okay. I understand her cooldown does not activate until the Sheila runs out or she places it.
Right.
So that's not broken. But why can she do that? But if I throw a thermite in my rampage and I sheath the weapon, the timer still ticks down.
I agree.
Same thing with the Sentinel.
Yeah.
I think more people would use the shield cell thing.
Fuck yeah.
If you could do it, pull it out, and it only ticked down when the gun was equipped.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with that. Like that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. Like because they add those things, right, as like something really cool to like, because a lot of people already don't like how slow the rampage shoots, right? And even though it's a very good gun, like it's a honestly good gun, but a lot of people that I talk to, they go, no, I just don't like the rampage, which doesn't make any sense because the rampage literally does 10 more damage per shot than every other LMG. The L-Star does 19 damage. The Spitfire does 18. The Devo does like 16 or 17, right? The Rampage on a body shot does 28.
Yep.
It does 28 damage. And that's so much more damage because that means you have to shoot them less. 28 damage is one block of a shield. So you shoot someone, what?
You're so into this, your fucking microphone's like shaking. Like your mic arm. Sorry. I just
no, so like if you shoot someone 5 times in the body, you break their red armor. 5 shots. That's all it is. 5 shots. And then you shoot them 4 more times, they're dead. Right? You shoot someone 9 times. There are at least 28 rounds in your rampage clip when you put a bigger magazine on it. You can kill 3 people with red armor. Like I don't think people are really like anticipate or thinking
putting that
about
together.
Yeah, putting that together, right? But the firing rate is pulling people away from it. And so if these boosts that we're giving the guns were more like accessible is the word of the day. If they're more accessible, people would use the guns more. You know what I mean? Like,
speaking of accessibility, they finally gave the PvE crowd some more accessibility. CowVan,
what's that?
We have the White Raven challenge going on.
Oh yeah,
it's an event. You have to do it as Bloodhound. Basically for the whole lore purposes. You know, as we've seen, Hammond Labs has further destroyed World's Edge, which is called Talos. This is actually so World's Edge is actually Bloodhound's home. That this is the planet or sector of the world
universe. Yeah,
we don't know how the different maps break down. Doesn't matter, but it is that is where Bloodhound is from.
Yes.
So things have changed. The whole reason he got involved in the games is all the stuff that was done to Tree. Yeah. Because that's like their magical, like holy being, you know, and the leaves on the tree started to wilt and stuff like that. So you go back, there's a wounded prowler, there's blood tracks you track, and then when you run around to a certain point, there's a White Raven. You find, you interact with it. It's a storyline prompt. I actually haven't done it yet, so I don't know what goes on next. I will report back on that next week for everybody. But it's cool that they're interjecting little like lore things in, because I stopped reading the comics. I don't know about you. I know a lot of my friends still read them. And there's actually some funny shit going on in them that I think is pretty cool. But I'm more of the like voice line random interactions. Like those are the things that I find a little bit more humorous.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm liking that they've added this, you know, like kind of sort of how we have like the control room above, you know, the Caustic's fart factory. That only like him, Wattson, and Crypto can access. You know, like they're adding more cool shit like this.
Right.
You know, Rampart, if you go into Big Mod, if you look at the sign above where the 2 gold guns are, there's like a little thing. She goes, oh, I remember I spent hours building this back on so-and-so. I'm glad it's finally here. All this stuff. Like, so it's like you get a little snippet of her past. Like they're doing more of it. There's been more requests for lore, or like, you know, a 6v6 or 20v20 like team deathmatch mode. There's been more requests for just like a little bit more spice up of content. And I think this is cool. And like Bloodhound definitely got underutilized. When Seer came out. So I think it's cool. I think it's a nice thing.
Yeah, no, I think what people play in this game, what they really, really, really want is something that's not BR, right? The reason why a lot of people, so I have this like observation or theory that most of the COD converts, like the Warzone converts, they don't play the BR, they play arenas, right? Because arenas is what they want, right? Like it's more arenas is more what Warzone's about, like getting into the fight and just getting into the shit, right? But like that, because that was the biggest complaint with what's in the Tap Man. He was like rotate and blah blah, like he was complaining about that, right? Because Warzone people want to find people and shoot them across the map, and you can't do that in our BR, especially in the Apex BR, because a lot of it is understanding how to rotate and to avoid or interact with the fight.
Yeah.
And so I feel like more COD converts play arenas, but I think overall as a whole, people who are into the style and the like, I don't want to say story, but like the characters and stuff like that of the game, they want something that's not BR. And that's why I said like Destiny raids with Apex Legends would be so fucking cool. Would be so cool, dude. Like just that whole thing. Like and I said it before. I said like 3 episodes ago. You have tanks, you have support, you have DPS. Why not?
Well, there was that leak. What was that, last month or 2 months ago? Supposedly they're working on another map, which is like an island jungle tropical map. Let's just let's just ballpark those terms together.
Yeah.
And there was another vehicle being added that was not the Trident, because the Tridents wouldn't work on water or something.
Yeah.
So, but there was still another like 2 to 3 man vehicle being added to this new map. Again, that was like a really deep data dive. Has not been confirmed. Haven't heard a peep about it since the leak happened.
Right.
It was leaked though with the images of like when we found out that the party crasher, that the party yacht was back as an arena map.
Yeah.
And all the other information that came out of that leak thus far, except for Crypto's heirloom, has been correct.
Yeah.
So it leads me to think that maybe we are getting another pseudo vehicle of sorts.
And that's fine, because like PUBG has like 10 fucking cars, right? PUBG has so many. I think PUBG has what, 4 or 5 maps now.
Oh, I think they have like 6 now.
Yeah, and every map has different vehicles, right?
And
like
they have boats.
Yeah, there's boats. There's different. They have flyers now. Like you can actually fly in PUBG. Like they have tanks, like armored like vehicles. Like it's PUBG's crazy, and I think that's cool that's cool for PUBG, because PUBG maps are huge. I don't think Apex
huge.
Like no one uses the Triton.
I mean, I do.
I mean, we do sometimes, right? But like as a whole,
I do a lot, but people are very begrudging about it.
I feel like as a whole, it's underutilized, and I think the biggest reason for that is it does not do damage when you hit somebody. I think if the Triton did damage when you hit somebody, like you can run people over, like that would be insane. And I think the Triton would cause like a whole new play style.
Yeah,
that would.
Yeah.
I think they should. I think they should, and I think they should have done that.
The other thing that, while we're on the note of the Trident, and this could be our last point for the episode. I brought this up, I think, in one of our very early episodes, my friend. But people don't realize the Trident is undestructible.
Yeah.
So late game, how many Lifeline mains do you know where they drop a package to block a door? You can use a Trident to help you block a door.
Yes.
So it does have its usefulness, especially late game. I actually did it the other day, blocked the door. I parked it a little too close, and Dan couldn't get in and got murdered outside.
Good.
But that's his fault. That's his fault, not mine. But it is the Trident. I don't know why I said the Titan. I wish we had Titans. Anyways, Titan. The Trident is undestructible, so you can use it for cover.
Indestructible.
Okay. Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Listen, I'm not the brains here.
No, here's the thing. It's funny. Like the reason why I take the time to remember things like that is because an episode of The Simpsons where the doctor, I forget his name, but his like oxygen tank catches on fire. He goes, it says it's inflammable, not like it's a stupid joke. It's a stupid joke, but it kills me every time because the English language is stupid.
I also love stupid jokes. So
Yeah.
As we all know, if you listen to the show.
It's not flammable, it's inflammable.
Oh
like it's so stupid. So indestructible.
Indestructible. Yes, it's indestructible.
Yes.
Sorry. Thank you, Calvin. Yeah, but yeah, that would oh man, the gameplay on Olympus would be wild if they could.
Gameplay on Olympus would be wild if you could run people over. Imagine, dude, you're sitting there and all of a sudden someone hits an octane launch pad, launches at you with the fucking trident, dude. Come on. Like, come on. Why is that not in the game? You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for listening to episode 26 of PexPals. Don't forget to check us out wherever you get your podcasts. Check us out online too at Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok at PexPals Podcast. If you have anything you want to ask us or comment that you would like to hear in the next episode, feel free to reach out to us. Our DMs are open, or email us at pexpalspodcast@gmail.com. Actually, I do have a question for you if you're listening to this. I want to know what character changes you would like to see to any of the legends, what ultimate or tactical ability changes you would like to see, because Joel and I have our opinions, but we want to hear what you guys think. So hit us up, hit our DMs, at us on any of those apps. Do it. We're here. We're listening for you. And yeah, please do it. JoelCupcake, do you have a sign off message for the people?
I do.
What's that?
I do.
What's that?
Same one we did last week.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's hear it.
Ranked is back, baby.
Oh yes.
You need those precious RP points.
Yes.
There's still server issues.
Mm-hmm.
There's still lots of dumb shit going on.
Yep.
There's still lots of very bad teammates that don't touch their microphones.
Yes.
So my friends, have no fear. When in doubt, rat it out. And I'm gonna follow it up with a free tip.
What? Oh shit.
If you are playing in Kings Canyon, where ranked is right now, a lot of you remember there used to be a charge tower outside of Airfield.
Yeah.
There on the top of that hill, there's actually a tree you can climb all the way up into, and you cannot be seen.
This is the longest sign-off message ever.
And you cannot be seen anywhere. So rat it out there.
Okay, anyway.
I'm JoelCupcake.
I'm CowVan. Bye.
This is PexPals signing
Bye.
off.